So now that we have our slide lock, well, not our slide lock, but our fire empty animation replicating to remote clients, we want to work on our actual ammo persistence. So as you can see, we have our current magazine ammo at 7, and I'll go ahead and just empty my magazine, reload, and fire a couple more shots. So we have 3 and 77. If I switch to the BAR and then switch back, we are now back to 7 and 84. So we need to basically save this information for when we re-equip. Now we have ourselves set up to do this very easily. So what we're going to do is, so here in on equipped, we're going through, we're setting the values, all that kind of stuff. And inside of DA construction, so basically when the farm is constructed, or the data asset has been replicated, we are setting the values here. Realistically, this could just be done entirely server side, which we're going to have to do a little bit of a refactor here. But we want to do essentially this, but with the attribute values. So that way, when we unequip, we want to fetch the attribute values and basically just set them to our ammo values variable. That's really it. So to do this, we need access to our ability system component. So we also want to do this on the server. So if has authority, we want to go ahead and fetch the ability system component from the parent. So if I ability system interface equals cast ability system interface from the parent. I mean, realistically, in this case, the parent is the owner anyhow, so it doesn't really matter too much, but ability system component equals ability system interface get ability system component. From here, we want to get the attribute value. So if we search for attribute, we have, get numeric attribute, which takes in, the attribute value. And this returns the final value in attribute. This is probably what we would want. However, it doesn't necessarily matter much in this case because there is another get gameplay attribute value, and this returns the current value of an attribute. Now, again, given the timing of when this is going to run and where it's going to run, it really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to use get gameplay attribute value because that's what we've used everywhere else. So this takes in the attribute. So firearm attribute set, we want the current magazine ammo, and then a boolean if it's found, so be found. So let's make bool be found. Oh, right, not current magazine ammo. We want get current magazine ammo attribute. Okay, now let's go ahead and store this, which is going to be ammo values dot current magazine ammo. Now we could duplicate this 3 more times. So we have current magazine ammo, we have magazine capacity, we have current ammo reserve, and ammo reserve capacity. So we want for the second one to get magazine capacity attribute. For the third one, we want get current ammo reserve attribute. And for the last one, we want get ammo reserve capacity attribute. And this should set our values basically every time we unequip. So that way, when we equip it again, we can reuse it. So let's go ahead and close down the editor, recompile and relaunch, and just see where we're at. Okay, once we are back in the editor, let's again show our attributes and empty the magazine, reload, and just fire a few more shots. So we have 4 and 77. So let's switch to the BAR. Let's switch back, and we have 4 and 77. So same thing, if I go ahead and just shoot the remainder of the bar, so we have, 6 rounds left, switch back, we again have 6. So we are keeping our persistence. Now if I play as client, we should get very much the same result. So on the client, I'll go ahead and empty the magazine, fire a few more shots. So we have 3 and 77. Switch and switch back. We have 3 and 77. So we know we are good to go there. So next up, inside of the on-rep DA construction, which is, where am I at? Right here. So let me actually look up again play really quick. I do not exactly remember what all happened. So yeah, so we end up in DA construction regardless. So inside of DA construction, we don't need to do this on the client. We could. It really doesn't matter, but in our case, we're going to do it on the server. So if has authority, we are going to just simply set those values. We don't need to run it on the client. The server is the only person that needs to know or care about these values because the server is the only one actually setting the attributes from these. So hopefully that made sense. Anyways, that is going to be all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.